You're going to get 3 ways to level up your emails right now. The first is to use the 40-40-20 formula. What is this? Well, it means you spend 40% of your time and energy on your subject line, 40% on your hook, which is the opening to the body of your email, and 20% on the body copy. This might sound a little backwards to you. Why would you spend 80% of your time on essentially 2 sentences? Sentence 1 being the subject line, sentence 2 being the hook. And it's very simple. It's because you want to focus in on your big idea, which is the reason anybody should give a damn that you sent them an email. It's very easy to spend hours writing a really long, insanely detailed email, only to realize at the end of it, it's just boring. And you wasted all your time because you lost sight of the big idea, the thing that should get people excited. So turn it around, obsess over that subject line and that hook, because those will encompass the big idea. And once you think about those enough, writing the body copy is actually very, very easy. Now, it might be a slightly different formula for you. I happen to write very, very fast, but I find out the more time I spend thinking about that subject line and that hook, the easier it is to write the rest. You might also find that this really speeds you up. At least it does for me. Tip number 2 is to write when you are emotional. So if you are sad, if you are happy, if you are angry, sit down at the computer and type. Because when you have all that adrenaline flowing through your veins, you might be really surprised at the kind of stuff you come up with, because obviously you're in a different frame of mind than when you are normally. And again, this goes back to efficiency. You might be surprised at how fast you write, because if you're feeling emotional, your inhibitions might be down and you might really be getting to the heart of things. Worst case scenario is, you'll also relieve some stress. So again, if you're feeling emotional, get down, start banging out emails. Also works great for sales copy, all of that stuff. Tip number 3 relates to tone. Now, I have a secret tone I love to use for sales emails specifically. And it's, I imagine I'm with my best friend in a bar at 1 a.m. and we've had 3 or 4 drinks, inhibitions are down, and we can just tell each other the truth about anything. Put yourself in that frame of mind and you might be surprised at how free you can feel. And again, this gets back to emotions, expressing things that you normally wouldn't if you were just in your normal frame of mind. Now, I don't recommend you actually go out and have drinks and get drunk, but just imagine that feeling of freedom where you could say anything that's on your mind. I have a little bit of an addendum to tips 2 and 3, and that is to let those emails sit for a little bit, because when you're not writing in your normal frame of mind, you might get a little sloppy. You might say things you wish you could take back. So let those emails sit for a little bit, at least 24 hours. Normally with me, I can write an email at 12 and I can have it out by 12:15. But in this case, when you're writing from an emotional point of view, you want to let it sit for a little bit, especially if you're writing for a client, because you might say things they are not comfortable with. Logically, clients should be judging you by the money you bring in, but it can still make people uncomfortable and damage relationships if you go a little bit too far. So if you enjoyed these tips, like, comment, subscribe. I'll have more videos coming soon. Talk to you later.